Okay, Erica, I really need to talk to you. Listen up, you can't tell anyone what you just saw, okay? Everything's fine, right? There'll not be a peep out of you, yeah? I'm being super serious right now. You can't say a word about what you witnessed to anyone. Be a good friend and keep your big mouth shut. But I don't get why you'd be so against me saying anything considering you were the one that showed me yourself. You telling me that doesn't make sense. Okay, no, I didn't mean it too literally. Look, I happened to be sitting on a bench in the park with your older brother and you just walked right past us. Well, if you didn't want me to find out about it, maybe you shouldn't be sitting on a conspicuous bench. You should just go be someplace else to be together. Okay, well, whatever you saw is really none of your business anyways. So I'm just telling you now not to go and tell everyone else, okay? Tyler is extremely popular, so I'm sure that many women around him hold a lot of grudges since he's hanging out with me. It's rather annoying to deal with, though. If any more of that sort of crap comes to light, it's going to cause me a lot of trouble, and it'll be difficult for Tyler to deal with, too. But you're the one that requested to me to introduce you to Tyler in the first place, so you're kind of bringing that on yourself. Could you try to understand where I'm coming from right now? Didn't I just say to you before to not mention anything to anyone about what you saw? Okay, chill out, Sasha. I understand. I won't say anything to anyone. I know that it's not anyone else's business but your own. Yes, please do what I say so that I don't have anyone coming for me. But if you have to, I guess that you can tell a few people. Okay, I don't get it. You tell me initially to not tell anyone, and now you do want me to tell some people? What? Who am I supposed to be telling? Okay, well, it would be annoying if you told, like, a bunch of people and then it spreads like wildfire around town that he and I are a thing. But I think for some people, it's better for them to know to a certain extent what's going on. Then there won't be too many parasites hanging around Tyler, right? Well, I don't know how it's going to work, but it's really got nothing to do with me. I'm pretty sure that it's fine to do what you like since you're both adults. We're not college students anymore, and I don't really think that there's anyone around us that'll complain about the situation, so it's okay. But if Tyler and I were to walk around together in town and things like that, surely the rumors would start spreading around, and I don't know how to feel about it. It's really frustrating, because everyone loves a good rumor. Also, there are so many people who are head over heels for Tyler, as he's just so good looking. Okay, but who's the person that's madly in love with Tyler, though? I don't know how that would happen to him so quickly. Huh? What are you talking about? Erica, do you think you're maybe jealous of my situation? Is that why you're acting so standoffish toward me? Do you feel that your beloved older brother is being taken away from you or something? Don't you want another woman hanging around him? No, I don't know what you mean by any of that. I don't really care who he goes out with or what happens to him in the process. He can take care of himself. However, it's hard to see my friends, especially you, get so close to him. I don't want to see you both flirting. It gives me a weird feeling. I knew that you'd be really jealous of me. It's because you don't even have a lover, isn't it? You must be really miserable right now. It's all because of Rick, isn't it? You felt so bitter about life since you both broke up, haven't you? I'm not surprised you feel like this. Are you bringing this up with me again, Sasha? I started dating Rick when we were in high school and we broke up many years ago. I'm over it. Since then, you've been living a very lonely and miserable life, though, Erica. On the other hand, I might as well tell you now, Tyler actually proposed to me. Wait, what? Are you being serious right now? Tyler, my brother actually proposed to you? Is this for real? You're not joking or anything. But of course I said okay to his proposal. I'm so sorry that I'll be getting married sooner than you will be. To be honest, I don't think you'll ever get married. Wow, you really just like to come bluntly out with this sort of stuff, don't you, Sasha? Well, whatever you're about to do, I'll still say congratulations to you on the proposal. Why are you even congratulating me for? I didn't think that you'd even be like this towards the news I just told you. No, why wouldn't I say that to you when it's a great thing to happen to someone who loves another person? No matter what, I still want to congratulate my best friend who's getting married. Best friend? Really? I've got no intention on being best friends anymore, to be honest. But if you still want to think that about me, then go ahead. Wow, you're treating me like this even though I still said my sincere congratulations to you? I feel like you're being really horrible for no reason, Sasha. Hey, Sasha, I was wanting a quick word with you, and I'm sure you've got some time to talk to me. What on earth is this? What is this letter of refusal? Oh, that thing. It's nothing, really. I guess it got delivered to you safely then. So Tyler and I are planning to have a wedding. Basically, I don't want you to come. So I decided to send you a rejection letter instead of an invitation so that you got the message. I wouldn't take it too personally. What the heck is that? Are you kidding me? If you didn't want me to come in the first place, just don't send an invitation to me, okay? But I needed to do something more since you're the groom's sister. Even if you don't have an invitation, you might think it's a mistake or something and still come to the wedding. I don't want people to think that I'm going to be related to a super fat and ugly woman, so I was really hoping that you wouldn't come. Wait a minute. What? Are you seriously calling me all those horrible things, Sasha? I thought we were friends. Why are you being so judgmental? I'm not being judgmental, Erica. I'm just speaking the truth. You've not been very popular at all since Rick dumped you. You've obviously not been looking after yourself. You look so lame and unfit, so if anyone thinks that you're my relative, I'm going to get so embarrassed and it'll be hell. But I really don't think you should be so upfront with things like this. Why would you say something so degrading to a good friend, Sasha? Well, I don't know how you're not getting the hint, but that's why I don't consider you a friend. So that means I can say whatever I like to you. At best, we're just ex-classmates that happened to attend the same school a while ago. In other words, I was just trying to get involved with your brother because I thought he was cute. But you don't seem to understand because my older brother is the one getting married. There's no way that I'm not going to go to his wedding ceremony, Sasha. You can't just keep me away from a special day like that. Because if I were to not show up on the day, the rest of my family would be very suspicious as to what's going on, okay? Well, to prevent that from happening, you need to please pretend that you're not feeling very well. That way they won't be suspicious, right? But I don't get why you're doing something like this, Sasha. Why do I have to go to such a great lengths when I should be able to be there for my brother? Well, since you're such a loser, I guess you can't help being pushed around, bullied, and used by others. If I decide to marry your brother, there's no use for you, fatso. It would be completely embarrassing if you came to the ceremony and showed up in your fat and ugly body. So please just be absent and leave us alone. Fine. If you're going to treat me like this, then I'm just not going to show up. I shouldn't have to put up with being bullied around by some horrible and disgusting human being. Yay! Thank God for that. Just do what I say before, and after the wedding is over so that things go smoothly. You're just going to put everyone off from approaching me. Hey, Tyler, we really need to talk. It's urgent and things have taken a turn for the worst. Are you seriously actually going to get married to Sasha?
Hey, Erica. Of course I am. I did propose to her after all. You've known about our relationship for a while, haven't you? I thought she told you.
Yeah, I guess I did know a little bit about it, and then she turned around and told me that you had proposed to her, but I just have a bad feeling about this. I really didn't think that you were going to jump into such a commitment so soon after only having seen each other for a little while, especially when it comes to marriage.
Look, Erica, I don't just hang out with other women just for fun. I actually want to make a decent connection with someone. If Sasha and I are dating, it's only natural to get married next, right?
Well, I guess that's very admirable of you, brother, but to be honest, what's so good about being with Sasha? Don't you think you're making decisions too quickly?
What on earth are you saying? How could you say something like that? I think there's many things about her that I find great. She has a pretty face, but she can be serious too. Oh, she has lovely brown hair, and it's so natural looking. She doesn't dye it all the time. When she goes to the salon, they often ask her if her hair color is real, but she doesn't dye it.
Are we seriously talking about her hair right now? Is that the real reason why you want to marry her, for just her hair and her looks?
I don't know, she reminds me of a beautiful wild horse with her long brown hair, don't you think? It makes her so pretty, I just can't get enough of her.
I really don't get it, Tyler. I seriously don't understand where you're coming from at all. You really have no idea what you're getting yourself into. It's no wonder that you chose such a person without being able to see through Sasha's evil nature. She's been so horrible lately, I can't stand it at all.
Look, maybe it's because you don't truly know her like I do, even though you've been friends for a long time. Please, just come to the wedding so we can all have some fun together.
Well, I don't think you really know what's going on because I really can't go to the ceremony. Things have really changed since you got engaged, Tyler.
What's that supposed to mean? Why wouldn't you come to the wedding? You're my sister, after all, and you're a part of my family. You need to be there.
Okay, I'm just going to come right out and say it. I was actually told to stay away from the wedding ceremony. And it was Sasha who told me not to come.
Huh? Are you kidding me? She actually told you to not show up to the wedding? Why the heck not? I thought you both were best friends. I really don't understand, Erica.
That's what I thought too, but I guess we're not anymore after this. Just look at the messages she sent me earlier. She's being so horrible to me, Tyler.
Okay. I see what's going on here. Very funny, Erica. It seems like Sasha is quite the jokester. She really put a lot of thought into this whole refusal letter to you.
Look, Tyler, I don't get why you find this so funny because I really don't think that Sasha's joking when it comes to this. She literally called me fat and ugly, Tyler.
Yeah, and? Why does that matter so much? It just means that you're kind of in the same line as a foreign baseball player. That's cool, right? I feel like Sasha has a good sense when it comes to making up nicknames for people, so I wouldn't take it super personally if I were you.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me right now. Tyler, how could you say something like that? I can't understand you or Sasha right now. It's making me so upset.
Oh, come on. It doesn't matter right now, okay? Besides, you're still able to come to the ceremony because I really don't think that Sasha was saying anything serious. I think we all know that Sasha is just messing with you, and it's all just a big joke. I'm sure she wants you to come to the wedding. I've got the proof that she's got an interest in you, Erica.
Wait a minute, what? What do you mean there's proof that she's got an interest in me? Why would she even bother with that if she's being so horrible?
Hey, you know that time when we ran into each other when her and I were sitting on a park bench, right? Yeah, at the time, Sasha said that you'd be passing by soon, so let's let her see us. So I think from that time on, she was a little bit worried about how you'd react to us. Surely you must understand that, considering you're friends and all, right?
You're kidding me, right? Worried about what? She's obviously not, since she's been so horrible to me these last few days. This is all a big game to her, Tyler. You know, up until now, I've been experiencing a lot of harassment from Sasha, and I am so tired of it. But I think that Sasha really hates me, and I don't get why. Since she seems to have such a huge thing against me for some reason, maybe it would be best if you talked to her about it? If you could, it would help a lot.
You want me to fix this entire situation? What am I supposed to even talk about with her when she's not really doing anything to you? Don't drag me into this.
No, just hear me out, Tyler. I thought that maybe you could tell her to just be a bit nicer to me, since we're going to be family soon. And how come you can't talk to her? All I want from this is to be able to go to your wedding ceremony without any issues, but Sasha doesn't seem to like that idea at all. I just want everything to remain neutral between us.
Okay, well, what I mean is, what am I supposed to do about this when it's obviously a problem or whatever between the two of you?
Okay, I see you're making this kind of impossible, and I can't seem to get a straight answer out of you, so I guess so be it. Well, for now, I'll just think things over a little bit.
Yes, you should do exactly that. You have to figure out your own problems. Humans, of course, are creatures that are full of a million thoughts. You can figure out your own issue.
I can't believe the day has finally arrived. It's finally time for me to shine. You know, without you around, the air would be cleaner and tastier. You're so fat and ugly. Wow, I never thought that you'd stoop so low, Sasha. If you hate me that much, why must you keep contacting me about something you've repeated 1,000 times? Why can't I? I think it's fun to do. I also thought it would be a good idea to tell you about the wedding schedule. You know, step by step. Otherwise, wouldn't it be really sad for you not knowing any of the details of your own brother's wedding? It would be such a shame. Okay, I guess I can see what you're trying to do, but still, I don't appreciate you always insulting me and doing this to me. I'm so over your attitude. Just appreciate that I'm even telling you anything in the first place. Also, Tyler hasn't shown up to the venue yet. Do you know anything about that? You know what? I bet that he's overslept or something. When he does that kind of thing, it's very cute. That's one thing I love about him. Have you thought of just contacting him yourself rather than going through me? How am I supposed to know what Tyler's doing? I suppose you've got a point. It's not the best idea to rush things, especially on a special day like this. I guess it can't be helped. I'll try contacting him now. He'll be happy to hear from me. I suppose he will, since you're going to be his wife very soon. But, I mean, what would I know at this stage since you basically kicked me out? Oh, Tyler, good morning. I wanted to send you a message since I see that you're not at the venue yet. Is everything okay with you? Did you sleep in or something? Well, if you have, I don't blame you, since you've been doing a lot lately. You can slowly make your way over here when you can. I don't mind too much.
Look, Sasha, I really can't go to the venue. I've decided to not get married to you. I just can't go through with it anymore. It's not going to work between us.
Excuse me? What did you just say to me? You just decided something without discussing it with me first? What's going on? What is the meaning of this?
Sasha, I know that you've been hurting Erica. I know it was you that called her fat and ugly. I looked up what she told me. How could you say something so horrible to my own sister? I had no idea you were being like this.
Whoa, just hang on a minute. You're coming at me way too fast. What on earth are you talking about, Tyler? I think maybe you've misunderstood the situation.
I've not misunderstood anything, Sasha. I thought that you were honestly joking about refusing my sister an invitation to the wedding. I can't believe you right now. I can't marry a person like you if you're going to treat my family like crap. I felt so bad not believing Erica, but I now know the whole truth. I'm canceling the ceremony.
Tyler, you can't do that. You've got this all wrong, okay? Look, Erica and I just have that kind of love-hate relationship. Please try to understand that.
A love-hate relationship? Who has that with their best friend? What does that even mean, Sasha? You insane or something? No friendship is like that.
No, that's not what I meant at all. I got my words twisted, actually. It's more like a relationship where we tell each other harsh jokes, like we don't mean it, really. I just thought that it would be really hilarious to send an invitation refusal to her. It was all just one big joke. You must understand that, Tyler.
But you kept sending her multiple messages over and over again, just insulting her constantly. Erica was so hurt to hear all those terrible things from her so-called best friend. I really hate people who don't value their friendships and treat them like crap. That's not what being a true friend is, Sasha. Do you even know how to treat people?
Look, I get it, okay? I understand what you're saying, and yes, maybe I went too far with what I said to Erica. I'll apologize to her for what I said. I guess all the jokes I said to her were a little harsh, and I just didn't realize that until now. I actually truly did want Erica to come to the wedding, Tyler.
Don't you dare lie to me, Sasha. I won't be fooled again by your pathetic excuses to get out of the behavior you've been displaying lately. So on that note, neither Erica, me, or the rest of my family will be attending the ceremony today. It's over, Sasha. I don't plan on changing my mind.
Okay, you are definitely taking things way too far, Tyler. I don't like that at all. I am supposed to be marrying you today. It's time for me to be a winner. Come on, Tyler.
What you said to my sister isn't good enough, Sasha. Your behavior's disgusting and vulgar. I'm so over it. Like I said to you before, there's no way I'm changing my mind about this.
Please, this isn't fair, Tyler. Please marry me today. We're supposed to be in love and have our happily ever after. Please don't do this to me.
Are you seriously gonna make me repeat myself again, Sasha? I'm not gonna be changing my mind about this. The wedding's canceled.
No way! I refuse you're not marrying me. We've been dating for a while now, and you can't just ditch me before we walk down the aisle. Tyler, please don't do this.
Once again, so that this gets into that thick skull of yours, Sasha. I'm not changing my mind, and none of your begging or pleading is gonna help either.
Shut up, you can't do this to me. It is my destiny to get married to you today, and I refuse to believe this. You can't leave me hanging. I'm supposed to be your wife by the end of the day. Look, Sasha, there's really no point in arguing with anyone right now, especially my brother. He's got such a stubborn personality, so your begging is completely useless. What the heck do you want, fatty? Who do you think you are, acting so confident that you don't think I'll be able to change his mind? You're unbelievable, Erica. You need to shut up when it comes to telling me I told you so and put your money where your mouth is. You need to convince Tyler to marry me today. What would I help you for, Sasha? After sending all of those harassing messages to me and teasing me, why would I try to convince him to marry someone who calls me a fatty? Because I know deep down that you knew I was joking about that. It's not actually true. I wasn't being serious about it at all. It was all for laughs. You were planning to show up today, weren't you? We all know that along with your terrible jokes, you're also a terrible liar. You sent me almost 10 refusal letters to your own wedding, so how was any of that a big joke, Sasha? What's more, you sent me a photo booth snapshot of me and Kane. What on earth are you trying to do here, Sasha? Why do you have it? Where did you get it from? Well, as you should know, you can get as many snapshots as you want from a photo booth, right? I just happened to get my hands on them. Ugh, you're always making me feel sick to my stomach. I'm asking, why on earth did you send them to me for? What's your intention in doing that? Well, nothing special, okay? I just sent them to you because I thought that maybe you might feel nostalgic on your brother's wedding day. For you, who was dumped by Kane, way back when, this photo I sent you might be a bittersweet moment that I wanted you to feel. You're clearly just trying to get back at me again, right? You do realize that's harassment as well, Sasha. What's your problem, huh? You've got some serious beef on your shoulders. To be honest, it's kind of pathetic at this stage in our lives to be displaying your hatred towards me. Also, how long have you been holding this grudge about Kane for, Sasha? What the heck, Erica? What's that even supposed to mean? It's all your fault, don't you know that? You knew that I liked him, but you decided to start dating him anyway without thinking about my feelings. Are you kidding me right now? You never voiced your feelings on Kane at all, Sasha. You're literally making this up. I had no idea you felt so strongly for him. I never heard from you or anyone else that we used to get around with back then that you were into Kane. That is on you for not telling me. I shouldn't have had to say anything to you back then. You should have understood what was happening to me and my feelings for him. You should have used your intuition. You're my best friend after all. Please just sense the emotional side of me so that you never make that same mistake ever again. But no, you couldn't even do that, could you, Erica? How am I even able to do something like that? I can't read your mind or emotions, Sasha. You're asking too much of a person. There is no way I could understand that. In any relationship, there are some things that can't be understood unless they're put into words. You didn't even remotely try to do that, so I'm telling you once again, that is on you. Oh, who cares? Besides, I never plan on forgiving you for taking Kane away from me. You betrayed the girl code, and that's not cool, Erica. I don't owe you an apology for anything that I've done to you because I think it's all been justified. You took my man back then, so I make you pay now. You're in the wrong. Please stop this, Sasha. You're being extremely petty right now, and you're an adult, so stop this stupid behavior. If you've still got feelings for Kane, you should contact him. Excuse me? Wait, what did you just say to me? Are you basically telling me to give up on your brother and get in touch with Kane? Why would you say that? You do realize that it's okay to do that now since my brother isn't going to take you back, right? Instead of blaming me for this, you should approach Kane yourself. What? No, I can't possibly do that. Not after all the work I put into getting Tyler and just all the organization of this wedding. I couldn't turn around and do that. So you're basically saying that you've not got the guts to do that? That's what I thought. You wanted to keep thinking that it was my fault that you couldn't be with Kane. But if you confessed your feelings to him and you got shot down for doing it, then you couldn't come back and blame me for any of this, can you? Oh, shut your mouth, you stupid woman. Besides, I don't give a crap about Kane anymore. All he is now is just a faded memory from the past. As I thought, you are full of lies, Sasha. The only reason that you approached Tyler in the first place is because you're working together with Kane, isn't it? Huh? I'm so confused. What on earth are you even talking about, Erica? It's because I fell in love with him, so that's why I wanted to be with him. Duh. Look, you know that I'm Tyler's little sister. Did you think that I didn't know what was going on? You said that my ex-boyfriend has joined the company and thought that maybe you should give him a shot? He distinctly remembers you saying that in the office, Sasha. Stop trying to get out of all the lies that you've told to everyone. There's no way that you're getting out of what you said and done. What? I don't have a clue what you're talking about, Erica. You must be mistaken. That's not what I had in mind to do at all, and you've got no idea what's happening, Erica. In order to hide everything that you've been trying to do, you've been pretending to be completely in love with my brother. That's insane. You know that, right? I have no idea what you're talking about, Erica. I really had no intention of doing anything like that at all. I really do love Tyler now, and he for sure loves me, too. The feelings that I've got for Tyler are no lie, Erica. I've got no regrets in not going after Kane or anything like that. You must believe me when I tell you that. Oh, really now? I'm supposed to believe every single word, even though you're a notorious liar and have been treating your best friend like crap for the past few weeks? You should, considering we're supposed to be best friends and all that sort of crap. But to be honest, I just can't forgive what you did to me. You put me in such a vulnerable spot with all these men that I was interested in. You didn't even bother talking to me about any of it. You knew I liked Kane, and yet you didn't confess to me your feelings for him. Are you dumb or something? Sasha, I had no idea that you had some huge crush on Kane. You can't just blame me for something that I didn't know a thing about. Hey, you can't just say that you had no idea. You must have had an inkling that I liked him a lot. I thought that best friends knew everything about what the other one was thinking. Besides, you're throwing me off from what we actually should be discussing, which is today. Stop changing the conversation to what happened ages ago. Because of your blabbing to your brother about what I did and said to you, the wedding was canceled, and I'm the one who's got to pay for the cancellation fee. This isn't fair. It should be you that should be paying for this since you stabbed me in the back. I was supposed to be marrying Tyler, and you ruined everything, just like you did with Kane all those years ago. You've completely lost it, haven't you? Either way you think about it, Sasha, it is your own fault. You shouldn't have been so horrible to me in the first place. You wouldn't be having this issue if you weren't. You're the one who needs to sort out this mess since you're an adult and need to take responsibility for your actions. You're not going to drag me down with you. I won't allow it. Hey, just wait a minute. That's not fair. The people that I've invited to this wedding are already starting to arrive. What am I supposed to say to them? They'll start to realize soon that the groom's side of the family hasn't shown up, and then I'll have to explain everything to them. You need to help me out. I'm not helping you with anything. You don't deserve any assistance from anyone. You dug this hole for yourself so you can get out of it. Deal with the problems you've made. Look, I don't want anything to do with you anymore. I am sick of being treated like crap by someone who I thought was my best friend. Good luck with the rest of your life, Sasha. You'll need it. After that whole debacle, Sasha ended up in debt after having to pay for the expenses for the ceremony that never happened and the compensation to Erica for the harassment. She now lives at home under the supervision of her parents and is forced to work hard to repay her debts. They're not going to let her get away with anything anymore. Also, Tyler spread some horrible rumors about her at the wedding, and apparently a lot of her friends bailed on the ceremony and seemed to not want to continue their friendships with Sasha. However, it seems that she got back in contact with Kane. Apparently, they've got a date planned soon. Who knows how that'll end? The reason why she persevered despite the strict supervision of her parents is because she wanted to still prove her point and wanted to still have fun, even though she was horrible to everyone. Erica has mixed feelings about this, but she knew that Sasha was going to do whatever she wanted. If you want anything done, you need to take action yourself. It's quite strange that Tyler even did something about what Sasha was doing in the end. Erica and Tyler are just glad to be rid of Sasha.
Hey, Elle, did you end up receiving the invitation for the wedding? You have to be there, so make sure that you don't have any other plans that day.
Huh? You sent me an invitation? What are you even talking about right now, Gavin? And why are you starting to message me over text again? Didn't you and I agree to never ever talk to one another again after the divorce?
Hey now, don't take this as me actually wanting to talk with you right now. I just had to in order to make sure you'd be at the wedding. So be happy I'm still considerate of you after all this time.
And why should I be happy about your consideration, Gavin? All I can ever remember about you anymore is that you're this massive jerk that had my life flipped upside down for no good reason. Ugh. Whose wedding is this that I'm being invited to anyway? I really have no idea what you're going on about right now, though, so please make all of this quick for me.
So you're saying you've had no clue about our daughter's upcoming wedding? I guess you really are a failure as a mother if you haven't even been able to hear about something like that. She must hate you as much as I was assuming she would.
Wait, Kay is getting married now? I never heard anything about that. I mean, I didn't really expect her to say anything to me about it, but congratulations to her then.
Of course you didn't hear anything about the wedding, considering most things that have to do with her have nothing to do with you.
Yeah, that's very true. And that's why you shouldn't be holding any of that against me. So, the invitation is for Kay's wedding then?
That's right, and you're gonna be attending the wedding as her mother, right?
Wait, you guys want me to be at the wedding? Then why haven't I even gotten the invite yet?
Well, maybe that has to do with the fact that Kay doesn't know your current address, right?
Well, could you please tell her to send one to me so that I know where and when to go?
Why should I have to go through that trouble for you? You're her mother, so how about you talk with her and get all of that sorted out?
Ugh, you are still as annoying and unreasonable as ever, I see. Well, whatever, I guess. Listening to whatever else you have to say to me now is useless. Are Kay's grandparents going to the wedding as well?
Well, of course they are. They're her grandparents after all and want to be there to see her get married. Why would you even ask such an obvious question like that? Have you really been that lonely that you've lost touch with all of society lately?
Gavin, if they're going to be there, then is it really okay for me to attend her wedding? You do remember that we got divorced a year ago, Gavin. And for 2 years before that divorce took place, I was completely ignored by all of you guys, and that left me feeling like I meant nothing at all to any of you. Now you're asking that I go to a wedding with all those people again? I'm telling you right now, if I go there, not a single person from your family will be happy I'm there. And they will most likely want me sent out of the venue and forced to go back to my house, which would be a massive waste of time and effort for me, and I really do not want that right now.
True, there will be people there that won't like the fact that you're showing up, but Kay would look bad if her own mother didn't show up to her wedding, right? And when it comes to her fiancé, he's quite the wealthy man. So you and I have to make sure everything goes smoothly for her at this wedding, or else she may miss this chance. Therefore, you don't have to worry about being forced to leave or anything like that, even if nobody is wanting to talk with you. Now, don't you at least want to make sure Kay looks good in front of all his family? I'm sure that to someone as unaware as you that wouldn't matter, but,
Even if you want me there to keep up her appearance, telling me so suddenly like this? I'm not even sure what day the wedding is on and if I'll have time to physically make it with my schedule.
Oh, come on! What could someone as lonely as you be busy with these days?
Wait a second. Is Kay's fiancé from... Is he from the Wellington Financial Group? Like, that family?
Well, so you do know a thing or two about her and her fiancé. Well, if you knew about her being with him, then you should have said something from the start about that. I'm kind of surprised that somebody would tell you about her fiancé, but at least explaining things to you will be that much easier for me.
Nobody ever told me about that, actually.
Huh? What are you trying to say, then?
Don't worry, it doesn't really matter right now. Let's get back to talking about the wedding.
I never expected someone like Kay to marry into the Wellington family, though. She really is my daughter, then, if she was able to achieve something like that. This'll for sure secure my future for me. I'm expecting for both her and the Wellington family to take great care of me in my old age as well. And that doesn't just go for me myself, but my career as a whole, too. You, on the other hand, will have to continue living life all by your lonesome, though. Please understand that you cannot rely on my daughter for anything when you're too old to care for yourself, and that goes for me as well. And don't ever come to me expecting any more money from out of my pockets either.
I never really intended on relying on any one of you later in my life.
Yeah, sure, all right. So you're coming to this wedding then, right? Of course you are. You being Kay's mother means that you would never want to ruin her wedding, right? Just make sure you stay quiet while you're there, because I know just how much of a useless wife you can be.
I'm no longer your wife, though, Gavin, so please refrain from talking to me like that ever again. It's more disturbing now than it is rude, considering you were the one that divorced me and sent me out of the house.
You think that was disturbing of me? Wow, can't believe that you're actually going to complain about me for once. You must have gotten a lot more cocky this past year then. But don't think you're any better than you were when the divorce happened, because you're still the same old useless wife that I left before. Do you want to know why we all ignored you for those 2 years? Because you were completely incompetent as a wife and as a mother. You did all kinds of things that my parents and I could not agree with, and things that your daughter will never be able to look past anymore. But anyway, just make sure that you're at Kay's wedding and that you keep your mouth shut, okay?
All right, already. I'll be there.
That's what I wanted to hear from you. It's your duty as Kay's mother to be there anyway, so of course you'd be going no matter what, right? I guess I'll be seeing you in a little while. And make sure not to cause any trouble for any of the guests. I mean that. If you do anything to get in other people's way, I'll make sure that's the last time you ever see Kay again. Heck, it might even be the last time you see anyone ever again if you really screw things up bad enough.
What are you even talking about? Stop talking to me like I'm 5 years old.
Just obey what I've asked of you like the useless woman that you are, Elle. And make sure to fulfill your duty as her mother by making her look good for her fiancé's rich and powerful family. As for that invitation, it was actually sent out to you yesterday, so you should be getting that soon.
Then what was the point of all that crap before? Ugh. I'll be seeing you at the wedding then. I heard about this from Dad, but are you actually going to be coming out to my wedding? I can't believe you're even thinking of coming to my wedding of all things. Do you even remember what you did to me? Sure, it's been close to 3 years now since it all started, but are you serious about this right now? Hey, it's been a while, Kay. What you heard from your dad is true, that I will be coming out to your wedding to attend it. And it was your dad who asked me to come as well. So don't think I was planning on being there to see you out of my own will. He only asked you to come to my wedding so that my mother would be there and so that our family wouldn't be seen as an embarrassment to my fiancé's family. But really, I don't actually want you coming to my wedding. I don't even think of you as my mother, so it makes no sense having you there sitting in my mother's seat. I'm sure that things would be better off if my dad just went out and hired some whore to come and dress nicely saying she's my mother over having you there. All I can even imagine is that you being there will only bring even more embarrassment to me. And how can you even have the guts to come, huh? You must have no shame if all it took was an invite from my dad to get you to come out and be around the whole family again. Kay, what did I ever do to you that made you talk like that to me? Why do you have to say such things about me? I thought things were going so well when you were younger, and all I was doing was trying my best. But then a few years back, you started to ignore me completely, just like your dad and your grandparents were. I guess ever since then, you've had those harsh feelings towards me that we never had the chance to talk through. I don't understand what happened, though, that caused you to think of me as not being your mom. How can you sit there moaning about all of that? Seriously? Do you think I'm too stupid to understand what was all going on then? I wasn't a child anymore by the time I realized what you were doing, and that's why things changed so much between the two of us. And luckily, I had Dad there to make sure I knew every single thing about what you did behind our backs. You are the worst kind of trash. Not only did you end up hurting Dad and Grandma and Grandpa, but you hurt me by doing all of it. And that's why I started to hate you and always will until the day I die. I thought we had finally gotten rid of you, to be honest, but now you're back, wanting to come out to my wedding of all things. I cannot believe the nerve of some people. Wait a minute, Kay, I stabbed you in the back? I never did anything like that to you back then. What are you talking about? Don't even try acting like you have no idea what I'm talking about. You stole a lot of the family's money, and because of that, I wasn't able to go to the university that I've been wanting to go to for so long. I will never forgive you for doing that to me. Do you know how it felt for me to have to tell all my friends at my graduation from high school that I wouldn't be able to go to college with them? I was in tears, bawling my eyes out, and the only person there who could comfort me was Dad. Kay, I have no idea what you're going on about. Can you please explain what your dad told you to me? You were a worthless and stupid mother. Life has been so much better ever since the day Dad divorced you and kicked you out. And yet now you're coming back into my life again, acting as though you're once again my mother. Disgusting, absolutely disgusting of you. By the way, I went ahead and tossed that necklace you gave to me that you got from your mom. That was my way of getting back at you for what you'd done. What? Why would you do that, Kay? That necklace, it had been in the family for 3 generations and had so many heirloom jewels on it. Why did I do it? Because I knew doing something like that would make you upset, and I love making a vile monster like you upset. Even Dad was happy to see that necklace go in the trash. I'm so glad that I did that, because you really are just the worst person ever, and it made me feel like I'd slain a beast. All right, I get it, Kay. Your dad must have told you a lot of things that have gotten you all confused about me, but it's too late now to fix those misunderstandings. Because I can see that you really do hate me now, and won't want to listen to a word of what I have to say. I'm still going to attend that wedding of yours, though. I even look forward to seeing you then, Kay, even if you're not looking forward to seeing me.
Hey, how much of a freaking idiot are you? Take a look around. You are in the complete wrong seat on the wrong side of the room. You get out of there right now and come back over here before anybody notices what you've done.
What are you talking about now, Gavin? As far as I'm aware, this is the correct seat for someone like me.
You must be seriously brain dead to think something like that when those seats are meant for the groom's family. I hope you were just joking about what you said there. Now get over here and sit in the seat designated for the bride's mother.
I was invited to this wedding as a part of the groom's family, though. After all, I am his aunt, in a way. Which means that there should be no problem with me sitting in this seat, right?
Elle? What are you talking about?
I'm sure you're not aware of this yet, but I am the groom's uncle's wife. I got married to him 6 months after you went and divorced me and kicked me out of the house. So that kind of makes the groom my nephew. Also, my husband happens to be like the boss inside the groom's family in some ways, which means I share said status. So me being sat over here with his family is only correct, right?
Wait a second, you got remarried after I left you? What are you actually going on about right now? I never heard anything about that happening with you.
I never had a reason to tell you about it, neither did the rest of my family. I mean, why should I tell you about something that only relates to me? You're nothing to me anymore after what you did. So that means there really is no reason for me to be telling you anything about my life anymore. By the way, wasn't it you who told me first to never talk to you again after the divorce? All of you guys were against me when I had to leave the house and my daughter, so of course I wasn't going to ever talk to any one of you again.
What are you talking about? None of that has anything to do with what I want to know.
Just know that I'm married to a part of the groom's family now, so you can stop acting like a complete buffoon and let me enjoy this wedding. Oh, and one last thing. I'll be giving a speech today at the wedding with my husband, so please look forward to that.
Why are you, of all people, going to be giving a speech with him? You only just married into that family 6 months ago, right? None of that makes any sense to me.
About that, this may seem a bit strange, but my husband and I first met because of Ben, the groom. My husband is not only Ben's uncle, but he is also his boss within the company, and so he respects my husband and I very much. So as a way of showing that respect, he asked that we step up in front of everyone today and give a speech together, my husband and I.
Are you kidding me right now? How am I gonna let something like that happen? You'd better not say a dang thing that could ruin this wedding for all of us here today.
If you don't want me saying anything that would ruin your guys' wedding, then you'd better watch your attitude, Gavin.
What? Do you think it's okay for you to speak to me like that?
Whoa now, watch that tone of yours, Gavin.
All right, I'll leave you alone. Neither of us would want there to be any trouble at this wedding, right?
Are you saying that to protect Kay and her wedding, though?
Of course I'm saying that to protect her.
Or could you be so worried about the things I might say because you don't want to affect your promotion in this world? You want the money that's going to come from having Kay marry Ben and his super wealthy family, right? And that's why you want to make sure everything goes well today.
What are you talking about, Elle?
I know about everything already, Gavin. You want this wedding to go as smooth as butter because it will play a major part in the company contract, right?
I have no clue what you're going on about. All I want is for my daughter's wedding to go well today because she's all that matters to me.
Stop making excuses, Gavin. I know about how you went and used up all of that tuition money that was saved for Kay so that she could go to the school she wanted to after high school. Yet you couldn't handle the embarrassment that would come when the family found out, so you told them all it was me, right? And that's why they all ended up ignoring me like I was some creature they didn't want in the house anymore.
Are you out of your mind? What's the point in bringing up all that stuff now? Go ahead and tell everyone if you want, but nobody's going to believe you. Now just get back to your seat over here and be quiet.
My seat isn't over there. I told you that already, right? My seat is next to my husband today with the rest of my family.
Huh?
I would never choose to go and sit over there acting as though I'm Kay's mom. You all made me go through hell for 2 years and then kicked me out when you grew tired of having me around. Do you really still think you can boss me around like that?
Just calm down and think about this. Today is Kay's wedding, right? Don't you care about her and her image? For her sake and the sake of her fiancé's family, calm down and come over here. Just sit next to me like you're still my wife or something, and let's all just learn to get along for today.
I'm not going to listen to you anymore, Gavin. I have plans of my own now. You can try all you want to play nice and beg for me to be with you all, but it is far too late for that. I know what you want out of this wedding, so please sit back and let's both you and I enjoy what's to come.
Why the hell would you do that? Because of you, this wedding is being canceled now, and there's talk now about that contract being ended. That contract was made by me and was about to be secured in the hands of the Wellington family. How are you going to make something as bad as this right for me? You really are such an embarrassment to our family, you pile of garbage.
You're the one who should be embarrassed of themselves, Gavin.
What did you just say?
All I was saying today in that speech was what needed to be said. Nobody was getting upset or anything about it until you started to throw a fit and then came up on stage to try and attack me. You've now gone and embarrassed your own family because you couldn't help yourself from acting like a child.
I'm going to get you kicked out of here. Because of you, you've made me look like I'm the bad guy in all of this. All because you went up there and started to talk about all my wrongdoings in front of everyone here today during your own daughter's wedding. What did you think you were going to achieve with that crap? I will not forgive you for what you've done this time, you bitch.
Jeez, Gavin, you are always so self-centered. That speech was made to wake you and everyone else in that family of yours up. I wanted to make sure that Kay knew about what was going on so that you'd stop causing trouble for her. Luckily, security came and got you before you could get to me and took you out of here. The wedding hasn't even been canceled yet either, and ever since you were taken away, things have gone back to normal. Both Kay and Ben really seem to be happy with one another, and everyone is focused on them right now. The only one who seemed to really take any offense to what I said was you. And you caused all of that trouble, which made everyone think poorly of you and nobody else.
You kicking me out yet still allowing that wedding to continue is pointless. The whole wedding is pointless without the one thing that I wanted from it. Yet now, that one thing, the contract, is going to be canceled because of you. I'm going to have to use Kay to go and talk with her husband about this. She needs to tell him to take that contract and make it happen.
Enough already! Even if you try getting Kay to listen to you and talk with her husband about your stupid little contract, it's no use. Her husband doesn't want to see you anymore, and neither does the rest of his family.
What? What are you talking about? You're married to the groom's uncle now, right? All right, I may still have a chance then. Go and tell your husband that he needs to accept this contract from me still, so that our companies can partner together. You and I still have something between us, don't we? So of course you'll go and help me out here.
I'm sorry, Gavin, but there is nothing between you and I anymore. Just a terrible past that can never be erased.
Please, Elle, do something about this. I've not only invested so much in that contract, but into someone else as well. She told me that if I could get that contract to pass and get the promotion my company offered for it, she'd marry me. I'm so close now, so please, just help me this once, Elle. If you can help me get this deal squared away with that family, then I'll be promoted to the head of my department and be making 3 times as much as I do now.
You're being manipulated by some hostess, Gavin. When will you come to realize any of that?
What? My Rena isn't anything like that. She'd never manipulate me.
If she truly loved you, Gavin, she wouldn't say she'd only marry you if you got that promotion. Is that woman really your reason for why you stole your daughter's college money? You really are the worst of the worst, Gavin. I hope when all of this is done and over with, you learn some kind of lesson and leave that Rena chick behind.
Wait, so you're really not going to help me out here? I'm sorry for everything I did to you before.
Do you see what I meant? You have never really cared about Kay and her plans for marriage. You only wanted this wedding to go well so that you could have that contract go through, get your promotion, and be with that hostess from the bar. Selfish assholes like you, Gavin, deserve what all's coming for you. Thankfully, everyone here at the wedding knows the truth now and will no longer want anything to do with you. You're done for. Now go out and find that hostess of yours, and good luck explaining to her what happened today. And make sure to not ever show your face around my family and I again. About what all happened yesterday, thank you. What? And not just for what happened yesterday, but for what you said to me back when we had started talking to one another again. You said some things to me that stuck, and that kind of started to help me see what had been going on behind the scenes all along. I was always wondering why someone as kind as you would want to steal the money that was saved up for me, and what you'd want to even use that for. You never spent a lot of money the whole time you'd been raising me, so of course there was something going on there. That asshole of a father told me you went and spent it all on another man before the divorce went down. I chose to believe what he told me, yet that turned out to be the complete opposite in the end. He was the one who spent it all on some chick I'd never even heard of. It's okay now, Kay. What happened in the past will fortunately stay in the past for the most part. What's important to me is that you understand all of that now. Now, about your wedding, I'm really sorry that my speech went and caused such a ruckus between your dad and I. It's just that my husband couldn't forgive what your dad did to me, and he wanted to make sure we took care of him once and for all. Thankfully, after that, your wedding was able to carry on, and your dad was taken away from the wedding venue by security. From what I could tell, even your grandparents were able to understand the truth that I told everyone, which is a great thing. I see. Surprisingly, my husband still seems to be okay with being married to me, even after hearing about all of that regarding Dad. And he even said that he loved me. Huh? What do you mean by that? Well, when it came to us being together, all of it felt artificial, since everyone around us seemed to be the ones wanting Ben and I to be together. But after Dad tried running up to attack you and I was able to tell him to get away, Ben realized that I really am more caring than he first thought. And after that, he told me I did a good thing trying to step in to stop my dad and protect you, and said that he really did want me to become his wife. Is that so? Well, I'm happy to hear that from you, Kay. Yeah, just what happened with Dad is really shocking to me still, but I can't say that I'm not happy to see him out of my life. Anyway, Mom, I'm sorry for everything I did to you in the past. Actually, I never thought the day would come where I'd feel comfortable calling you my mom again. Even though there've been a lot of changes these past few years, could you still be my mother? Could we still get along as a family? Of course, Kay. I'm truly sorry for everything that's happened myself, so let's start things fresh again. Like the last few years never even really happened between you and I. And as your mom, I'm always going to be watching over and taking care of you, no matter what. After everything that happened, that surprising event at Kay's wedding ended up serving as a catalyst for improving my relationship with her again. As mother and daughter, her and I have really started to talk to one another like a family again, and my husband is very happy about that. As for my ex-husband, though, after being discovered at home drinking his sadness away by his parents, they both kicked him out of their house and onto the streets. He begged them both for hours to let him back in and that he would do better from now on to improve their situation through his job, but they weren't going to bite. He even tried going to Kay asking for her help, where she told him a firm no before slamming the door to hers and Ben's house in his face. To make matters even worse for him, his hostess friend Rena ended up getting married to another man and moving away from town out into the countryside. He made an attempt to find her before she left town, but when he made it out to the apartment she'd been staying at, nobody was living there anymore and the door was locked. She also went and blocked his number on her phone, so there was really no way for him to ever find her again. Additionally, back at work there was more pressure applied to him for not getting that deal to go through, and was demoted from his position and then transferred to a small office out in the middle of nowhere. Whether or not he'll ever be able to get out of there remains a mystery to us all, but in any case, I'm really glad to have my cute little girl back and an improved relationship with her. One night, Kay did say that she was really sorry for me, though, for what she did to that necklace I had passed down to her from my mother, and even said to me that she'd pay me back for it. Of course, I wasn't going to say that she didn't have to do that, since it was a very fancy necklace that had a lot of meaning to my family, but I did tell her that she could take her time paying it off. From now on, I'm looking forward to all the new memories her and I will be able to make as mother and daughter again.
Hello, this is Bob, Xavier's father. Just wanted to say that I'm looking forward to meeting you tomorrow.
Hello, Bob. I was hoping to say all of this in person, but I'm Andrea, and it's very nice to meet you. I have to say that I wasn't expecting to hear from you, so thank you for reaching out to me. I've heard so much about you from Xavier.
Well, the reason that I'm reaching out to you like this in the first place is because I have some questions for you.
Some questions? Well, what kind of things were you wanting to ask? I'll answer them as best I can.
Very well then. My first question is, just what is it that attracts you to my son?
You want to know what it is that I see in Xavier?
Well, I'm sure that it has nothing to do with the rich family he comes from, right? And I'm certain that it also is completely separate from the fact that he's in line to take over the family business too, correct? Basically, I want to know that you're not just dating my son because of who he comes from and what he's in line to be.
Oh, I understand. No, sir, nothing like that is going on at all. In fact, until recently, I didn't even know that Xavier was in line to take over the company at all. But even after finding out about it, it didn't change the way I feel about him at all, so please don't worry about that.
I just hope that you can understand why I might be concerned about this. Coming from as much wealth as we do, there are lots of potential suitors out there that would marry into this family just for access to that power.
I completely understand why that might be something to worry about in your case. But if you're concerned about me marrying your son for the money, then I only hope my words are enough to make you think otherwise.
That remains to be seen, young lady.
I understand. But hopefully meeting tomorrow in person will help lay some of those worries to rest. Then you can make your judgment from there.
Well, we are already scheduled to meet tomorrow. I just hope that you don't let me down. You and my son will not be getting married without my say-so. I certainly hope that you understand that already.
I understand that completely, and again, I'm not marrying Xavier for any kind of ambitious reasons. So I want to assure you that you have nothing to worry about there. I just hope you realize all of this tomorrow.
So, tomorrow you're finally going to meet your fiance's family, right? How are you feeling? Are you nervous or excited? Both?
Hey, Mac. Thanks for always checking in on me. It really does mean a lot.
Ha ha ha. I take that response to mean that someone must be a little nervous, right?
I actually just finished talking with Xavier's dad for a bit. I had no idea that his family would take this thing so seriously.
Well, it is their son getting married. Or do you mean take it seriously in another way?
Well, I know that Xavier's family run a business and all, but I feel like I'm getting ready for a job interview rather than just meeting my future in-laws. It isn't like I don't get where they're coming from, but I just wish his dad was a little less intense about all of this.
Right, yeah, I was wondering about that. I looked into them a bit and they're quite new to having money, so I'm sure they're extra guarded about who they let in.
Oh, don't you go justifying all of this for them now, too. That's just making me feel more pressure about all of this.
I'm sorry, but it seems like there is a bit of pressure on you already. I mean, do you think they're going to ask about your family? I just hope that once they understand who your dad is, that this solves everything.
I certainly hope so, but more than that, I want them to like me for who I am. I don't want to be relying on my dad for everything, especially not who I can marry.
I know what you mean, but to people like Xavier's dad, I bet these kinds of things are as much business as they are personal.
Well, you're probably right about that, to be honest.
Well, let me know if anything happens. Just don't forget that you do have people in your corner who want to be there for you.
Thanks a lot, Mac. That is really nice to hear. For now, just keep your fingers crossed that everything goes well for me tomorrow. Mac, are you there? Please, I need your help right now.
Wow, Andrea, is everything okay? Can you talk on the phone right now? What's the matter?
I'm on my way to the hospital right now. I want you to meet me there, and I want you to represent me as my lawyer.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Okay, I'll head your way.
I'll send you the address for the hospital and my room number soon.
I knew it. I knew that you were poor this whole time. And yet you had the nerve to try and get near my son? Just who do you think you are, huh? Did you really think I would let you waltz into this family?
Do you have any idea what it is that you've just done?
What are you talking about?
I mean, you do realize that you assaulted me, right? You invited me over to meet you as your son's fiancé, and then you hit me right in the face?
And just what else was I supposed to do when I found out that you were raised by a single father? Did you think that I was just going to not hit you in the face for that? Did you think I was just going to hand over Xavier to you? No, I knew that I would have to break up your marriage right then.
I still can't believe it. I've never seen anyone just act out the way that you did. If you just wanted Xavier and I to not get married, you should have said something. You didn't need to hit me.
And just why do you think you deserve a say in any of this? You're nobody who tried to get out of poverty the easy way by marrying into money. I know that you were only ever with my son because of who his family is. Did you really think that I would be so stupid as to not realize that?
If you don't like me, that's fine. And if you don't want me to marry your son, that's fine too.
And just what was your dad thinking? He's a bit crazy too, isn't he?
What are you talking about?
I mean, shouldn't he have tried to talk you out of this? You would think that at least your dad would be smart enough to know his place.
And just why would my father try and talk me out of marrying your son?
If your dad couldn't go to the bare minimum of trying to talk sense into his daughter, then I think I'm starting to get a really clear picture of just how stupid the both of you are.
So punching me in the face wasn't enough? You're still going to run your mouth and talk bad about my father? I'm sorry, but that just makes me angry.
Do you think I care at all about how some poor little nobody feels about what I do? I'm rich. I run my own business. Pissing little peons like you off is all just part of my job.
Oh, yes. I'm sure that you and I live in completely different worlds, the likes of which I could never understand. And I guess living in that world led you to act in ways that only make sense to you. But I'm afraid that you are going to regret this, Bob.
And just what is some girl raised by a poor single father going to be able to do to me? I already hit you in the face, so why can't you just get out of here?
Maybe you don't know this, but my father is an important real estate mogul.
Yeah, right. In your dreams.
You don't have to believe me if you don't want, but I've already told my dad all about what happened between us. Your company doesn't have much longer now.
Oh, really? You're still going to try and pretend like I believe this little lie of yours? You and your father are both nobodies who can do nothing to affect me in the slightest.
And just what do you have against people who were raised by single parents anyway, huh? My mother died when I was very little, and I know that my dad poured his heart and soul into raising me right. In fact, I think that my father is a much better man than you could ever hope to be.
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh?
You might think that I'm poor just because I only had one parent. But that parent started his own business, watched it grow, and is now one of the most powerful real estate people in the state. Surely you've heard of Carl Reeves, right? Well, he's my father, and if I'm not mistaken, one of your most important clients.
Enough already. This joke wasn't funny the first time, but now I'm getting sick of it. You and Carl Reeves are not related, and it's astounding to me that you think I would ever fall for that. In fact, I want to know just how you even knew we're business partners in the first place. You must have done your homework, huh?
And just what would I have to gain from lying to you about this? I've already agreed to break up with your son when I thought we would be getting married.
So then, you're telling the truth about all this?
That's right. And my father is furious with you. That's why he's selling all the stock of your company that he owns. You're about to be facing bankruptcy, and it is all your fault. This is what you get for putting people down when you know nothing about them. You don't know anything at all about how my dad raised me.
Wait, hold on just a minute. You're really being serious with all this? You're really Carl's daughter?
And just why is that so hard to believe, huh? You seriously need to get over yourself and learn not to judge based on appearance. I was so close to marrying your son, and it would have brought your and my father's company closer together, but now none of that is happening. It was too easy for my father to cancel his contracts with a tiny company like yours. He has 1,000 other companies who would all love to take your place. I told you not to worry about me being after your family's money, and now you know why. My family always had way more money than yours ever did.
Wait, no, this can't be happening. Well, if what you're telling me is true, then I'm so sorry for the way I acted. But it's clear now that this was all just one big misunderstanding. I hope you can forgive me.
Oh, just shut up. It is way too late for any of that now. You brought all of this on yourself, and there is no way out of it. I told you that I would make you pay for this.
Wait, no, please, come on. It was just an honest mistake, really. I had no idea that there were single parents who were rich too. I should have looked more into you. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm glad you didn't. Thanks to that, I know exactly the kind of person that you are, and I feel glad that I got out when I did. In fact, if you knew who I really was, you probably would have been eager to have your son marry me so that you could have my family's money.
But, please, you have to forgive me. I'll even let you marry Xavier.
Do you really think that's what I want now?
What do you mean?
I mean that I don't want to marry your son any more than I want to keep talking to you. Besides, the engagement has already been called off. And if you think that anyone, including me, is going to want me to stay with the man whose father punched me in the face, you've got another thing coming. Maybe next time you should do a little homework before you act out like that. But that's all that I really have to say to you now.
Please, no! I made a mistake and I'm really sorry for it. I didn't mean for any of this to happen at all. Can't we just go back to the way things were?
That's not going to happen. I am never going to give Xavier a second chance again. And I already have a close friend of mine who's a lawyer looking into suing you for assaulting me.
Wait, no. You can't be serious.
Oh, I am. And soon your company and your life will both come crumbling down around you.
But you can't do all of this. Please, you have to forgive me. I'm begging you here.
And I am telling you that it's way too late for any of this. You hit me in the face and sent me to the hospital. I'm here getting looked at right now, in fact.
But I didn't even hit you that hard. Surely you're just over-exaggerating.
We'll see who's over-exaggerating in court now, won't we? But I'm sure any jury is just so eager to pardon a man who punched a lady in the face. You're through, you pathetic pig. Even Xavier tried coming to me to apologize and said that he never wanted to talk to you again.
Wait, why would he say something like that? Doesn't he know I was just trying to protect the family?
To him, you were doing nothing but finding excuses for your own violent behavior.
But then I'll have nothing. No business, no money, no family. What am I supposed to do?
You did this to yourself, Bob. You hit me in the face to try and prove a point, but you were never going to get away with this. Even if I wasn't rich, thanks to my dad, you're still not above the law, and you can't just assault people for being poor.
But that doesn't mean you have to sue me. I learned my lesson, and it'll never, ever, ever happen again. Isn't that enough for you?
I'm afraid it won't be enough until I see everything that made you into the person who thought you could treat other people like that stripped away from you. You need to remember what it's like to be one of the common people, and I will see that that happens. See you in court, Bob. In the end, Andrea's father only needed to make a couple of phone calls and the fate of Bob's company was sealed. It had declared bankruptcy within the week with no chance of recovery. Bob was left by his wife and Xavier was still refusing to talk to him. When Bob had his day in court, he had it all alone. After the trial was done, my dad swooped in and bought Bob's defunct business, breathing new life into it and saving it from closing down. My dad installed himself as the head of the company as his own way of getting back at Bob. Although it's fair to say that Bob brought all of this upon himself and has no one to blame but himself.